Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Grand Madam. I hope you had a great evening last night. I'm going to do something different today, and that's because thought came to my mind. And the thought is this: we all know what our focus has been for these last few months, even prior to that with the election. Everyone, the domination of thought was that Kamala Harris won the presidency. Well, there is something called Ichinen Sanzen in Buddhism. And that's where, for every thought, there are 3,000 distinct possibilities that can occur. For me, I put it to the level of timelines, parallel universes. So, for every thought of an action with an outcome, there are 3,000 possibilities. My question today is, why are we in this one where she lost? I'm going to open up with our brief meditation using the tuning forks, and then I'm going to get into the reading. Okay. But for right now, let's start with our breathing exercises. Where is everybody? Hi, Carmen. How are you? I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Maybe I should then. Let's wait a little bit longer because this is going to be heavy. Now, I kind of didn't cheat, but the thought came to me this morning when I was throwing down some cards for the morning for myself. And I'm like, I've got to share this with the collective. So I will be using the telepathy oracle cards, and try to bring it from a individualized concept to something broader. See if it'll make more sense that day, that way rather. And Carmen, what I'm getting ready to do is do a reading on the timeline that we're in, because in other timelines, hello, Jaconda, Kamala won the presidency, but in this timeline where we are, she lost. Why? And I think that a lot of that has to do with us. But how? I want to wait for a couple more people to come in. If I get any, oh, the kid is cooking. Oh, this food smells good. Yeah, Laura's cooking our brunch. Before I get any more comfortable here, so I don't fall asleep, I can spend some time with you here chit chatting. Greetings and salutations to you, to Jaconda. And thank you for the hand claps and the heart eyes, Carmen. Come on in here, folks, because I want to get started and I don't want to have to be interrupted. Thank you. I have 13 likes already. 13 people here already. 3 likes. Okay, that's good enough. Come on in, come on in, come on in, because it's going to get deep. And I know I'll have questions. It was just interesting the way this came out. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, come on in. Because there are things such as parallel universes. There are timelines that branch off of a main timeline, like the branches of a tree limb on a tree limb. And I want to know, hi, Kat, how are you, dear? I'm looking at why we are in this timeline when the focus was most definitely on Kamala. So why did we get Felaniqua? I don't know, understand. So I did a reading and then I stopped the reading after I laid down the 5th card. I said, oh no, I've got to share this with the collective. So this is where I am. So we have enough in here now. Let's get started with the breathing exercise. And I've got my tuning forks. Okay, so we're going to breathe in through the nose to the count of 3. Hold it for the count of 3, and then exhale through the mouth. Hello, Gina. Hello, Shirley, for the count of 3. Okay, let's close our eyes and inhale through our nose. Hold it. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. The Grand Throne. Okay. Let me put the tuning forks over here. Now, this too. So to make sure I wasn't nuts, what I did today was early this morning when I decided to throw down some cards, I said, how is it that if we all were focused on Kamala Harris winning the presidency, did Donald get in? And I wasn't not even dealing with any voter foolishness. I wanted to know from a quantum mechanical kind of point, manifestation kind of point. Hey, Camello. And so the first thing I started thinking about was the timelines. There are multiple universes, and we kind of overlap on each other. So my thing, this is what I did, took the pendulum. I said, okay, and all the other alternate timelines, did Kamala Harris win the presidency? In ultimate timelines, did Kamala Harris win the presidency? And look at that. The answer was a resounding yes. All right. So my next question, hello, Jetta. Hi, Kristen. Next question, what happened to us? Why did we not get that in this timeline or in this universe? What happened? Okay. All righty. And this is what I found. I was using the telepathy oracle cards. First card says, the marriage of souls is the union of two divine opponents. Well, I take that as being Dems and the Republicans. And then we have the universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Just let everything take its course. So, what this is telling me is that there was some, let's say, beyond the veil influence. Okay. The universe kind of, that divine intervention jumped in, and it is telling us, let it run its course. It got someone special. Hi, Carol Newsom. How are you? And then we have things like, okay, true love appears where you least expect it. These are not love cards. These are not romance cards at all. These are oracle cards. And what this is telling me is that the universe is this whole scenario that we're experiencing right about now is very different from the other parallel universes and is very special. And it is tailored just for us. All right. And that we are being prepped, groomed, studied, educated, and tested to see what we're going to do. Now, this card is about synchronicity. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchronicity. Yeah, we're all aboard right about now. And with this in our minds, things are cropping up. Ichinen Sanzen is a Buddhist system of what would be called in psychology human cognition, how we think, how we make decisions, how we attract certain things, how we manifest, how we be. And it contains our external environment, ourselves, living beings, and the mind, right? And I've thrown in there timelines. Within the Ichinen Zanzen, which I'll call quantum mechanics, for every single thought of action, there are 3,000 possible scenarios that will take place. So, what was it about us? Or what is it? What is it? How are we related to this? And this is what is happening here with the spread. It talks about the union, in other words, the marriage of the two souls. I say that's the Democrats and the Republicans. The universe is guiding us both to come to a state of mind, a realization that both mindsets have got to acknowledge for themselves before they get what they want. A revelation to see what you said you wanted. This is it. You still really want it. That's your test. This is your test. Because you seem to be changing your mind. You're not, you thought you were more apart than you are together. And I think that's what this whole thing is. We are not as congealed as we thought when it comes to what was truly in our minds. Now, the next card says the appeal of soul pairing goes beyond superficiality. This is what's happening, folks. We are coming together regardless of our politics right about now, because now we're in a scenario where we're going to have to literally save our own souls. That was the divine intervention. Bottom of the deck. Look at the bottom of the deck. Speed up and chase the results you want. Bill, they already have the Texas Dems in Chicago. So let me look into this and see. In other words, what I'm saying is that it looks as though while some of us were or creating a scenario, creating a environment where Kamala Harris would have been the president, we weren't really solid on that. That's what it says. We weren't solid on that. There were variations within our thinking. I guess you would call them doubts that triggered something to be manifested that people are saying that they didn't want in the first place. Well, is that how Donald got in? Mm-hmm. And I think that was interesting. When you get into human cognition, they're talking about all the things that go on in your mind to help you manifest things that you say you want. Transmutation of soul. That's what we're getting ready to do now, Kristen. We're doing it now. Because now, and we don't have, how many of us check our own minds? How do you check your own mind? Or your own energies? We just don't. And when we see things going on in front of us and we're like, wait a minute, why am I living like this? Why did I or worse, why did I have to see that? It's a reflection. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. And basically, as much as we said we wanted Kamala, we didn't. Ain't that a bitch? You like that for revelations. Okay. So now that we're in the mud, we are being clearer. We have more clarity about what we require, not just prefer, what we need for real, for real. And this is where our mindset, this is where our soul sets are coming into unison here. And we are, it says, the appeal of soul pairing goes beyond superficiality. It's not just soul pairing. We're coming together as a group, not just a collective, but I think it's the world, but especially in the United States. Chew that on the clear. Hey, Sheila K, how are you? Yeah. Well, we kind of cheated ourselves too, according to this thing, Sheila. Yeah. But don't forget about the Democrats who voted for Trump. And I have a feeling there were many, many more. By the way, they're mistreating Jasmine Crockett and AOC, Alexandra. I think that we have been betrayed. And that's what these cards are showing us. So what is the outcome of all of this? What is why are we in this timeline? I've got my golden tarot down here. So why are we in this timeline? This is why we were betrayed. It was our own thinking. I think what it's telling us is sometimes our own thinking betrays us. But now that we are absolutely clear. Oh, are these upside down? As now that we're absolutely clear as to what we really want, this way. Now things are happening. The intensity of true soul connections, highs and lows. We're coming together not just as people, but we're coming together as, does it make sense if I say more highly elevated human beings? Hi, Nellie. The breaking of the ancestral, yes, the ancestral chains are being broken. Things are coming out of us, coming out of our own energy fields that we've been blindsided about for who knows how long. Hi, Allison knows. How are you? And it's showing. It's showing. Be prepared for what fate has in store. In other words, what it looks like when it comes down to manifestation, and when it comes out to one intention that created 3,000 opportunities or 3,000 scenarios, this is why we picked the wrong one. We were unstable in our thinking. Instability in our thinking. Now what the card, the golden tarot deck says, be patient, be patient, be patient. This is temperance. But not that we were just yeah. Yeah. And we don't feel bad about it, because I like this card. This is on, look at this one. Confusion. We were confused, we were really tricked. And it says here, all seekers of truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe, God, source, the divine to provide you the answers you needed. We were literally tricked. And we're still being tricked. There you go, Allison. And now that we know for sure, we were moving on a lot of misinformation and disinformation. We can go back and regroup on the decision making that we made. Let me move this out the way, because there's something it's getting ready to pop. Something else is getting ready to pop this month. It might be the Epstein stuff. It might be even more. Either way, we must be aware of the different signs, the different thoughts that run through our heads just pop in. Not everything that pops in your head now, but when that little voice pops in, be mindful of the little voice, because we are basically under the tutelage of the universe right now. And here we, oh God, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is doing a lot of stuff. Pam Bondi is trying to, what is she? She's acting a fool. They're playing distraction games. And the secrets are coming out anyway. The secrets are coming out. All we have to do is sit back and listen now, determine what is real, what is not, and put our resistance up because the secrets are coming out. This is the mother of secrets. The mother of secrets. Let's see, let's keep going. Truth is coming out. This is we're gonna love this. Love is gonna save the day. And I'm not being cliched. I'm not being cliched. It's as though our souls have picked up on, oops, what the hell were we thinking? What was the mind doing while we was all this is going on? Did the mind not register? Let's send some love bits down there to these idiots. Some folks out here feeling just as abandoned and broke as well they should. Balance must be restored. So now we're coming into a point where we needed balance. You know, our biggest problem was, I think I would say complacency. It was complacency. That was our biggest battle within our own mind. And what happened with the Kamala and in spite of the cheating, in spite of the voting suppression, we were not on our toes at all. Here's a happy family. This is the unit. This can be the collective, the grand collective. Mm, 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 mm. This is going within. This is the hermit. This is going within. People are finally now going within to try to figure out what the hell just happened. Why am I so confused? Why are things so intense? Yeah, because this is a seriously intense situation. Mm-hmm. Trust your intuition right now. It's like everything, this is a soul lesson that we're going through. It's not just a lesson in politics, even though it is. It is a soul occurrence. It is impacting. This is going to sound crazy and too Star Trekky for some of you, but okay. You've been feeling it? Yeah, you've been feeling it. Sheila says she's been feeling it. She says it's been so heavy. This is like something, what we're, the energy that we're expressing now and we're dealing with now is not, it's not just here in the US, it's planetary level and it is galactic level. It is, okay, you've been sitting on your laurels too long. Now the enemy has risen and caught your ass is sitting on the toilet. Okay. Now it's time to get up. All right, you got questions. Yeah, everybody's got questions. We've got questions because nobody expected all of this. Nobody, it never crossed anybody's mind. That was complacency on our part. Now there's a new passion, a new energy, like, oh, we got to get up off of here and go take care of business. Just wash your hands and hit the streets. Yeah. And this person here, we're gonna have to really watch her. She keeps coming up. This is the material girl, the material world, and this is also my card for Christiano. Okay, director of and Tulsi Garber too. Homeland Security and National Intelligence. Neither, I know, oxymorons. You know when you because now the truth is coming out, and they're trying to alter it, tailor it, reframe it, and they're being exposed doing it. So why and how? A lot of movement going on, a lot of mental movement. Nothing stable yet. Saying one thing, then turn around saying something else. A lot of confusion, emotionally confused now. And here we have new alliances. All that to say is what? Okay. 10 of Pentacles. That can be the country. The bottom line is, why are we on this timeline? Because we had to wake up. We had to be shaken up. I don't know if we were too much into the ascension business or too much into our workaday world or whatever it was. But we manifested this crap. Now we got to fix it. Now we got to fix it. Can we get back into the timeline, or can we create a timeline, get on a timeline where Kamala is president? Can we get on a timeline where Kamala is president? Okay, it says yes. So we're going to have to do this. This is going to be a little tricky for you folks. Maybe some of you, maybe not. We are going to have to project. This is what you're going to sit here and do. This is another meditative thing. Okay, I want you to do, I'm going to give you the list of things. I'm going to do it with you. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to do deep breathing, 3. And then we're going to imagine Kamala in the White House. And everybody's cheering and jumping for joy. That's how we're going to do it. So let's right now just close your eyes. Let me, do I need a thing here? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose again to the count of 5 this time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the mouth. 3, 4, 5. Let's do it again. Hold it. Exhale. One more time. Hold it. Exhale. Breathe normally. Now see the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And see standing outside the White House is Kamala waving. Kamala Harris is waving. Hi, Kamala. People are outside the gate cheering, cheering. She's accompanied by her Joint Chiefs of Staff, representing the Army, Navy, Marines, Space Patrol, and she's still waving. She's wearing her navy blue pantsuit with a beautiful silk green scarf tucked around her neck. Now see yourselves walking up to Kamala. You want to shake her hand. Some of you want to give her a hug. It's perfectly all right. Go shake Kamala's hand. Thank you for all that you are, Madam President. Give her a hug if you wish. She'll be good. She'll find it. She hugs you back. Now take 5 steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. What we have done is basically projected another timeline and another thought that should be generating 3,000 more opportunities. Let's keep that every time we see is the yeah, prosecution president. Every time we turn on the news and see what's happened to put up a dump today or that moment, focus on that image of Kamala waving at you, or you shaking her hand or giving her a hug. It's all about the mind. It's all about the mind. Okay, any questions? You're quite welcome, Kristen. Quite welcome. Because with these different decks, it all comes down to what we were thinking at the time, our thinking not being solid. We were too cocky, also complacent, but also we needed to be taught a lesson. Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, let me go to the live chat now. Da-da-da-da. Put you down here so I can see you better. Thanks. Thank you very much, Sheila. All right, now we'll take it on up and say my good mornings and my good afternoons if I miss someone. Hi, Gina. I didn't see Gina. Okay. Gina came in. I saw Shirley, Comoyo, Kristen. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jetta, good morning. Okay. Jackie B, there you are. Hello. Has anybody seen Cookie B? I guess you'll catch up with us later. Jaconda says, I was just reading on Jessica Denson that an ex-CIA whistleblower was personally involved when the NSA audited the whoa and found VP Harris won. See? That's another reason they had to get, souls. Transmutation of the souls. Yes, indeed. We're going to learn to use ours. There's Barbara Bias. Good afternoon, Barbara. Yes, the ancestral chains are breaking. Allison Knows says she won the lottery by waking up. Oh, yes, indeed. Hello, Robin Atkins. Hello, Joanne or Joan Ware. Good morning. It's hit the fan. My goodness. And especially with Virginia Giuffre's family doing their rounds, there are other victims. Some are survivors. Some are. I don't believe. I don't. No, that's. I'm not gonna say nothing. But I don't believe that. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Hold on. I'll say it. Did Virginia Giuffre commit suicide? Did Virginia Giuffre commit suicide? Did she commit suicide? It says yes. Okay. That says yes. Okay. Moving right along. Condolences to the family and condolences to her. Whew. Yeah, I hope she finds her freedom. Hmm. Exactly. Kristen Ford says, finding personal freedoms within the self so we receive discernment and coherence to and for ourselves, especially when it comes to what we create. Yes, exactly. Plan B timeline. She kind of says we on plan B. Oh yeah, we got to get the heck off that. Yeah, the splitting now. And those that want love and unity will elevate, and others will have. Yes, they will. That they sure do. And I'm not going to be in that group. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And the way it's going to happen is just people will just suddenly fall off. People just, and then some people will return to you. I'm like, well, woman, look what that. Look who I see today. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised who watches you. Yeah, yeah. Sheila says she's been feeling heavy. Not to mention, I feel like we're living in an apocalyptic unit. Well, yeah, because the whole universe is shaking. This is design. It's design. This is, I think, the last days of Kali Yuga. We're transitioning. Hmm. Oh, damn! Talk about science fiction. That's why I can't watch The Walking Dead. I live with them too long, Sheila. I said, why in the devil is somebody watching that? Don't they realize they're living with them? I can, and then again, that could have been the draw because that show did very well. Even has shoot off, offshoots, so whatever. Yeah, yeah. That's probably why so many people could relate to The Walking Dead. Mhm. Yeah, writing and sleeping. That's a good way to do it too, Allison knows. I'm with you, Kristen. I have been feeling heavy. Been just writing and sleeping. My nerve endings have felt electric. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. And you've been snapping more lately? Yeah, my Lauren has been snapping. And in this world of hers, and that she's just been like so focused on, if she's watching TV, that's all she sees. Lauren, how you doing? Lauren. What? What? I'm trying to get your attention. Okay. I'm still on alert, y'all. Hmm. The next 72 hours, and what's happening in the next 72 hours? Oh, yeah. Uh, Lionsgate. Allison knows. This is Lionsgate. This is a great time. Write out what you want, folks. Write out what you want. 8-8. We're probably in the throes of that. This is when the Lionsgate portal will open, and this is the perfect time for requests. So if you need that money, write it down. Write a nice little figure down, and then release it into the Lionsgate. I'm glad you said that, Allison. Oh boy, my nephew was talking about that. Oh my God, he's a Leo. Who handsome as he wants to be, but oh my God, he's all what 18, 19, all that power. Oh, okay. I worry about that though, but they know how to keep themselves safe out here in this world because they any man that challenges him, oh, they ain't gonna be in for some. That's what scares me because they're not gonna be able to take him on one, fair play. But he knows how to create his environment too. Oh yeah, uh, where only certain folks are going to be allowed in his sphere, and that you're not right, you're not coming near me. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be Lionsgate. Definitely. Oh yeah, we up. We up. Oh yeah. Well, Allison, I had to check myself and forgive myself again. Okay, thanks, Lauren. And on that note, folks, lunch is ready. Okay. Mhm. Well, if there are no more questions. Oh, you were Leo Sheila? Yes, you would be. Now, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy for you. Yes, I keep up with you on Facebook. Okay. Barbara said, folks had to see the fat meat is greasy. Yes, it is. And gets under your nails, too. Hmm. Yeah, it is, Sheila. I also believe that all this is being manifested so his followers can see who he really is. And yeah, and so we have to. And have you noticed how black community is just sitting back? There have been some skirmishes too, and but there's nothing big. Those white supremacists going into people's neighborhoods, getting their asses kicked or run out, and you never even hear it on the news. We've been real chill. And what else can you do when you know what it is? You chill. All you have to do, that's just when if you really want to hear if you really want to know what somebody is really about, you just let them talk and they telling themselves every time. Well, these folks have been talking and doing, and folks have been sitting back going, mm-hmm. And yes, some people have taken notes, and some people have been recording. Yeah, so we're gonna keep doing that. Now you do that little Kamala exercise on your own. Just think about meeting her at the White House, or just picture her in the White House. That's all you have to do. That's how you project to your. That's projecting to the future. Okay, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's what I'm gonna do. And on top of that, I'm gonna get my lunch right now. Have a good day, y'all.